Hi, this is Anil from Learning Led Education and welcome to another tutorial on Java programming language. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys about the Java access specifiers, and also we're going to learn a bit about the packages. So here in this tutorial, for the demonstration purpose, I have already created a Java project, and inside that project, inside the source folder, I have created a package called oops, and inside that package I have two classes. One is a tutorial class which contains a main method from where my program is gonna start execution, and then I have another class called person. So now here in this class person, we can have the class properties and class methods, which are collectively called as the class members. So here let's say we're gonna have a public property, and let me call it as string name, which is gonna store the name, and then let's create a method, and it's gonna be a public method, public, then return type is gonna be void, and let me call it as introduce, and we're just gonna use the println statement here. It's gonna be system.out.println, and then we're gonna say hey and then we're gonna append the name property. All right, now we have created this person class with the property called name, which is of string type, and then we have a method called introduce. Now first we're gonna talk about the packages. A package is nothing but a collection of related classes. So whenever you're gonna be building a large project, at that time what you can do is you can divide your work to several parts, and then you guys can place the code related to a specific part in a package. So here we have this oops package. Inside that I have two classes, and just for the demonstration purpose I'm gonna create another package here. And to create a package, I'm gonna select this source folder, and then I'm gonna right click, and then I'm gonna create the package. I can directly create a class, and I can specify the package there, or I can create the package first, and let's call it as fruits. Just the name, just for the demonstration purpose I'm using here. But while programming, you should give the appropriate name according to your project. So let me call it as fruits, and I'm gonna finish. Now you guys can see here we have an empty package called fruits. Now inside this fruits package we can have several classes, just like the way we have the classes inside this oops package. So I'm gonna right click here after selecting this fruits package, and I'm gonna create a new class, and you guys can see here the package fruits is selected, and then I'm gonna give a name for my class, and let me call it as apple, and then I'm gonna click on this finish. Now we have two packages in our program, and if you want to use this apple class which is inside this fruits package in any classes inside this oops package, then you have to import that class, which is nothing but you're gonna be telling to the Java that, okay, listen, I'm gonna be using a class which is defined in some other package. So here, if you want to use this apple class, right now it is empty. If you want to use it inside any of these classes in the oops package, then you have to import this apple class to the class where you want to use it. For example, here, if you want to use this apple class in your tutorial class, then in tutorial class, you need to write the import statement. So here, after this package definition, we're gonna write the import statements. So it's gonna be import, then this import is a keyword which is used to import the classes. So here first we need to write the package name. Here we want to import from this fruits package, so I'm gonna write fruits, and then we need to use the dot operator, and then we need to specify the class that we want to import. Here you guys can see apple is highlighted, and if I click on that, it's gonna import this apple class to this tutorial class. Now another thing that I want you guys to teach is, if you want to import all the classes which are defined inside a package, then you guys can write the package name, then the dot operator, and then the star. It means that you're gonna be importing all the classes defined inside that package. So here this import fruits.star is gonna import all the classes which are defined inside this fruits package. So if you want to import only one class, then you guys need to specify that. Otherwise, you guys can do like this, which is gonna import all the classes. Now if this apple class is accessible inside this tutorial class, then we can import that. Otherwise, we can't do that. Alright, how the heck we determine whether this apple class is gonna be accessible inside this tutorial class or not? So now Java provides something called access specifiers to indicate the access level of the classes, then the class properties, then the methods defined in the classes, and also the constructors and the interfaces, which we're gonna learn in the upcoming tutorials. So here we're gonna be using something called the access specifiers to indicate where the class or the class members or the constructors or the interfaces, whatever the heck we define, is available. So now I'm gonna come back to this tutorial class. So now in Java, there are 4 types of access specifiers. They're gonna be the default access specifier, and then the public access specifier, then the protected access specifier, and then the private access specifier. We're gonna learn about the protected and the private access specifiers in some other tutorial, but right now in this tutorial we're gonna be learning about the public access specifier and about the default access specifier. So now if I come back to this person class, you guys can see here, while defining this person class, I am using this public keyword. This public keyword indicates that this class that I'm gonna define, this person class, is publicly available, which is nothing but I can access this person class in any code in the Java environment. So similarly, I have this property called name with the public access specifier, and also this introduce method is having this public access specifier, which means that this class and these properties are publicly available inside the Java environment. So I can access this class and then these class members in any code in the Java environment. So here, this Apple class, which we have defined inside this fruits package, is having the public access specifier, and because of that, this Apple class is accessible in the Java environment, and because of that I can access this Apple class inside this oops package by using the import statements. And similarly, this person class is having the public access specifier, and since it is defined inside this oops package, I can access it directly inside this tutorial class. I don't need to use the import statement. If the class you want to access is in some other packages, then you have to use the import statement and you have to import that class. So if you have the public access specifier for your class, then it means that that class or the class member or the constructor or the interface, whatever the heck you have defined with the public access specifier, is available or accessible inside the Java environment. So now just to demonstrate that, I'm going to create some properties in the Apple class, and let's have a public property, and then we're going to have the string type, and we're going to say color, which is used to store the fruit color, and then we're going to create a public method. So it's going to be public, and let me use the void return type, no return value, then the method name, let's say which color. So this which color is going to be the method which is going to print out the color which will be stored in this color variable. So I'm just gonna use the println statement, and here we're gonna say color is, and then I'm gonna append the color property. Now this apple class, which is defined inside this fruits package, is having the public access specifier, and also the members of this apple class are having the public access specifier. So because of that, I can access this class and its members inside the Java environment, and that's why if I want to use this class in my tutorial class, then I just need to use the import statement, which I have done here, and then I can create an object of this apple class. So let's create apple, and let's call it as yay, then equal to new apple, and then we're gonna access the member color. So since it is the public property, we can access that here. So I'm gonna write yay dot, and then let's access color, and then we're gonna say red, and then I can call this which color method. So I'm gonna write yay dot which color, and if I save this and if I run this program, you guys can see here color is red. So if you have a class which is defined in some other packages, and if that class is defined with the public access specifier, then you can access that class in any packages in your program, and to use that class you just need to use the import statement. Another thing that I want you guys to teach you is, now this person class is inside this oops package, and this person class is having the public access specifier for the class, and also the members of this person class are having the public access specifier. So we can directly use this person class inside our tutorial class. We don't need to use the import statement for that because it is defined inside this oops package. If you want to use this person class inside this fruits package, then you have to use the import statement because they are defined in different packages. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an object from the person class inside our tutorial class inside my main method. So here I'm gonna use person, and let's say Anil equal to new person, and then we're gonna initialize Anil's name property, and it's gonna be equal to Anil, and then we're gonna call the introduce method. So it's gonna be introduce, and I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna run it. You guys can see here, hey, I'm Anil, which is from the introduce method of this person class, which we have called from this Anil object. Alright, now you guys can see here this main method which we have here is having the access specifier public. So because of that, this main method can be accessed inside this Java environment, and that's why we can start our Java program. If this main method was not accessible to the Java environment, then how the heck we can call our main method, or how the heck we can start the execution of our program? It's not possible because of this public access specifier, and also this class is having the public access specifier. The Java interpreter or the Java environment can call our program. So now this is about the public access specifier. Another access specifier that we're gonna learn in this tutorial is gonna be the default access specifier. In the previous tutorial, I guess I have explained about the default access specifier. While defining the classes and the members of the classes, if you want, you can specify the access specifiers. Otherwise, you guys can skip that. For example, inside this Apple class, if I want, I can remove this public access specifier, and if I don't use any access specifier while defining the class or the class property or the constructor or an interface or anything, at that time, that is gonna be having the default access specifier. So now if I create this property color and if I don't use any access specifier, then this color is gonna be having the default access level. Similarly for this method also, I can remove the public, and when I remove that, it's gonna have the default access level. And similarly for this Apple class also, I can remove that access modifier. So now here this Apple class and also this color property and also this which color method are gonna be having the default access level. When we have the default access level, that class or the method or the property or anything is gonna be available only inside the package where we have defined it. So here we have defined this Apple class inside this fruits package, and now our Apple class is having the default access level because I have removed the access modifier part, or I haven't used any access modifier or the access specifier, and because of that it's going to be having the default access level, and it is only available inside this fruits package. So I can't access this Apple class outside this fruits package. So if I come back to my tutorial class, now you guys can see here the error is displayed. That's because I can't use this Apple class outside the fruits package. And now if I hover on this code where we are creating an object from this Apple class, then you guys can see here the type Apple is not visible. That's because this Apple class is having the default access level, and because of that it is only available inside the package where we have defined this class. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this Apple class to have the public access level, or we're gonna use the public access specifier for this Apple class, and for the members of this Apple class we're gonna have the default access level. Now what happens? Now I'm gonna save this, and if I come back to the tutorial class, now you guys can see here where I have created this object from this Apple class, the error is disappeared. That's because this Apple class is having the public access level, and that's why it is available inside all the packages, and because of that the error disappears here. But when we try to access the members of this Apple class which are having the default access level, the error remains. Here you guys can see the color property and the which color method are having the default access level, and because of that these class members with the default access level only available inside this package where we have defined this Apple class. I can't access this class members with the default access level outside this fruits package, and because of that we are getting the error here. So I can't access this color and which color method. So we're gonna change this one to public so that we can access that in our tutorial class, and let me change this one to public. And now let's come back to the person class. Here for this person class, let's change the access level. Let's say our method is gonna have the default access level, and our property is also gonna have the default access level. Now this person class is having the public access level, and the members of this person class are having the default access level, and because of that we can access this person class in all the packages, but we can't access the members of it because they are having the default access level. So if we had any other property with the public access level, then it was accessible, but here they are having the default access level, and because of that they are only accessible inside the package where we have created this class. So don't get confused. So here if I try to access this person class inside this Apple class, then I can access the person class, but I can't access this class members. So now this person class is defined inside this oops package. And here this person class is having the public access level and the members are having the default access level. And because of that, we can access this class and also the members of this class inside our tutorial class, which is defined inside this oops package, or the same package. So now if I come back to my tutorial class, these lines are not gonna produce any errors because they are defined in the same package, and that's why it's gonna work. I'm just gonna run this. Now you guys can see here, the code works. So now if I change the access level of this person class, and if I change that one to the default level, now this person class and its members are only available or accessible inside the package where we have created this class. So the last thing that I want you guys to teach you in this tutorial is gonna be, what if we're gonna have this Apple class with the default access level, and then we're gonna have the public class members. So now what happens is, because of the default access level for the class, this class is only available inside the package where we have created it. So here if I come to this tutorial class, you guys can see here we are getting the error. Since this class is having the default access level, this class is not available outside the package where we have created it. And you guys can guess now, since this class is not available, we can't access the properties. Although they have the public access specifier, but we can't access them outside the package where we have created this class. So this is it guys. This is a bit about the packages and also something about the public and the default access specifiers in Java programming language. It may be a bit confusing topic, but make sure that you have learned this concept very clearly, because it's very important. And this is it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you guys think that you guys have learned something from this tutorial, then please like this video and also share it with your friends. You guys can get the source code of this tutorial in my website learninglad.com, and also you guys can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/learninglad, and also you guys can tweet me on Twitter at learningladedu. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.